but he does not want to travel to meet your family, and you never met his family after 5 years. Sis. The video, your girl is back again with another video. If you're new to my channel, hey girl, hey. And if you're a returning subscriber, I don't even gotta say nothing, because you know what's up, I know what's up, we know what's up, and that's on period and Mary Had a Little Lamb. As y'all can see by the title of the video, today we're starting my very first series. We're going to be doing a what would Asia do, where y'all give me questions or different scenarios that y'all are going through, or it may be somebody y'all know that's going through this and y'all want to know how I would handle or what I would do in that situation. So that's what we're going to be doing. So shout out to everybody that sent their questions and their scenarios in. And I'm going to give a little disclaimer, y'all. This is a judgment-free zone, but I am going to give it to you raw. Raw, no chaser, y'all. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm going to answer as if you one of my girlfriends and I've known you for years. I don't like to sugarcoat things, y'all. This is going to be my honest and genuine answer on what I would do in these situations. So the first one came from my girl, and she was like, what would you do if you are in a long distance relationship and you were paying to travel to see him due to him having kids and you don't? Then he starts making the effort little by little to make this relationship work, and he communicates better and stuff like that. But he does not want to travel to meet your family, and you never met his family after like 5 years due to COVID. And saying you'll meet them when it happens. Also, you never met the kids, but you travel and even help when he's down. But now he's slowly moving up. Do you stay and see what happens, or do you move on? Okay, with this one, I just want to break this down because there's a lot of components in this message in itself. So first she said, what will you do if you are in a long distance relationship and you were paying to travel to see him due to him having kids and you don't? One, I feel like all relationships come with compromise. In some point in your relationship, you're going to have to compromise. So I don't think there's anything wrong with you traveling to see him because, you know, he has kids and he has, you know, more responsibility than you. I don't think anything is wrong with that. But what I do think is wrong if you're putting everything financially. Like, for example, if you're going to travel to see him, getting on a flight or driving X amount of hours to see him, he can at least give you maybe $50 in gas. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a two-way thing. Like, he has to be able to reciprocate. If you driving, then when you get there, he can make sure you don't have to pay for anything. Like, he can foot all the dates if you're already buying a plane ticket or putting gas in your car. And also, you putting wear and tear on your car. So one, it's already a red flag that he's not willing to compromise. Two, you said then he starts making effort little by little to take this relationship serious, and he communicates better and stuff like that. Okay, that's good. But he does not want to travel to meet your family, and you never met his family after 5 years. Sis, that's the biggest red flag. Y'all been dating for 5 years and you haven't met his family, and his excuse is COVID. Unless his family is elderly and they're really sick and they don't be outside, they don't go to church, they don't go to the grocery store, they don't go to the movies, and that's the only excuse. But COVID came, it was here, and it's long gone. I don't think that's an adequate excuse for you not to meet his family. That's a big indicator that he may not see you the way that you see him. Like, there's no way. And I'm one of those people, I'm not hyped to see nobody's family. Like, for example, me and my man been dating for a few months, and I think he was asking me like, oh, on Thanksgiving, or do you want to meet my family? And I'm just like, well, if it's cool if I do, and if it's cool if I'm not. Like, I'm not one of those girls that just have to meet my man family. Like, that's not me. I don't try to rush when it comes to meeting the family. But after 5 years, that's a significant amount of time. You should have met his family. Like, that's a big red flag. And then you finished it off by saying, also, you never met his kid, but you can travel and even help when he's down. But now he's slowly moving up. 3, this is a red flag in itself. You can't meet his child, but you can financially, or you can help financially support his child. What do I look like giving you money to help you support your child, but I haven't even met the child? Like, that's the biggest red flag. I'm just gonna say, sis, when I do this, that means wash your hands. Wash your hands with him. Just walk away. It seems like, one, he doesn't reciprocate the same energy. Two, he's not willing to compromise. And this is also coming from someone that has been in a long distance relationship before, y'all. I was in a long distance relationship for, I want to say, it was like a year and a half when I was in college. And at that time, the guy that I was dating, my partner, he definitely had to compromise. Like, for the first maybe year of us dating, he was the one that was driving 4 hours every weekend to come see me because I was currently in college and I wasn't financially stable. So he was the one that had to do all the driving. But y'all, I compromised as well. Like, I reciprocated the energy. Anytime there was a Christmas break, a Thanksgiving, a summer, any type of break I could get, y'all, I made sure that I was the one going out there to see him. Or if I got his car, I would put gas in. You know, I would help out any way that I could help out. Like, a relationship is a two-way street. He should be able to reciprocate. So, sis, I would say just wash your hands with that one. But let's go ahead and go on to the next question, because we starting off a little hot. Okay, this next one is also a good one because I personally went through this as well. My good sis, this one is kind of long, y'all. My good sis said, I have this friend who stopped talking to me and gave me the cold shoulder during our second to last year of high school. She didn't talk to me for the last few weeks in a whole summer of 2022. We rekindled our friendship when we started our last year of high school. She didn't apologize for ghosting me. And online, then again, she ghosted me again in the middle of our last year of high school. She apologized to me towards the end of high school, saying she was being a raging bitch, and she didn't apologize sooner in case she ghosted me again. It hurt that she ghosted me, and it still hurts. She still talks to all her other friends. She would throw shade / talk shit about me. Even my bestie boo she talked to, I forgave her and apologized towards the last year. We became besties again till we graduated. We went out this summer and talked consistently till late July. She went MIA. We talked here and there, maybe once a week if I'm lucky. I asked what she's been up to this whole time, and she said she was sleeping. Should I let her go as a friend, or should I be more empathetic? She might be depressed or something, because she used to go to counseling in school and she had migraines. But yeah, thanks, Asia. Okay, so I definitely feel you trying to be empathetic, but sis, you gotta wipe your hands with her. I've dealt with a wishy-washy friends. I call those wishy-washy friends. It'll be different if she was depressed or she was seriously going through something and then she just ghosted the whole world. Like, maybe her grandma passed away or she had a really traumatic experience in her life and she just cut everybody off. But the person that she seems to cut off is you. She's still talking to all her other close friends, but she cutting you off. Like, that's what I don't get, and I can't give sympathy for that, because what is the reason? Like, I had a friend like this in college and I had to let her go. It would be multiple times, which this girl was going through a lot. Like, she had went through a miscarriage, boyfriend breakup, not doing well financially. She was just going through a lot. And every time she would cut me off, I would be very understanding. I'd be like, all right, she's going through something. So every time she would cut me off and she would just pop back up in my life, I accepted it. And then it was that last time and I was just like, I'm no longer accepting this. I'm not a horrible friend. Like, I deserve to be treated how I treat people. Like, I deserve to have good friends and genuine friends in my life too, not people that don't know how to communicate. So the last time when she cut me off, that was it, y'all. I haven't spoke to that girl since. Like, she ghosted me. We haven't literally spoke since. Like, I feel like you deserve to have people in your life how you treat people. So I would just say wash your hands with the situation. Like, it was multiple times where she ghosted you and then you forced the situation. I know you love her and you hurt, but sometimes you just gotta let it go. Like, sometimes people are in your life just for a season, and that's just it. Like, maybe this is God testing you, or maybe this is your testament of how to let situations go. Like, God is showing you multiple times this is not the person for you. She's not a genuine friend. She cuts you off, but she's still communicating with everybody else. Like, just let it go. Like, let it go. That's all I gotta say, girl. Just let it go. The next one says, what would you do if you go to a party with all your single friends and you are in a relationship? They have no problem interacting with men and it does not bother you, but it gets awkward when guys come up to you and you have to keep telling them you have a man. How do you not feel like you're ruining the fun in your group? Girl, this is easy. I personally would just say, you have a man and just keep it moving. Why is that awkward? Like if I go out with my girlfriends, because a lot of my girlfriends in Texas, they're single, and we go out and guys try to hit on me, and I just say I have a man, or I just act like I'm uninterested. I don't think anybody should have a problem with that. And if someone does have a problem with that, then maybe you should check your friend. Like if your friends are not mad that people are trying to talk to you and you turning them away, and you personally don't have a problem with it, then I don't see the problem. Like I don't think it should be awkward. Like that's just life. Like even last night when I was checking my mailbox, this guy came up to me and he was just like, what's your name? And I told him my name, and he was like, do you have a boyfriend? And I'm like, yeah, I have a boyfriend. He's like, can you have friends? And I just respectfully said no. So just respectfully tell them you have a man and keep it moving. Like you can still go out with your single girlfriends and have a good time. Like I don't know how that's awkward, but I hope that helps. The next question I got, let me try to pick a juicy one. Okay, it says, what would you do if you met someone new and went out of your way to hang out with them and called them from time to time but never received the same treatment back? Although you feel they like you and are always friendly to you whenever you are around them, would you continue this friendship or push it to the side? This is a platonic friendship, by the way. I would personally say just let it go. Like I said, relationships, any type of relationship, it's a two-way street. It takes two to tango. Like we both have to be making an effort. If I'm always the one calling you, texting you, asking you to hang out, then I have to let it go. And I am an understanding person. Sometimes I do understand people have busy schedules and people are going through things. So you don't want to like make it all about you, because life doesn't revolve around you. People do have serious things that they're going through. But at the same time, like if that person is not texting you back, not putting any effort, I personally would let it go. I'm in this era of not forcing anything. I'm not forcing anybody to be in my life. Like if I have to force it, then you're not meant to be in my life. So I would personally say let it go. Because I'm sure when it comes to a guy that they're talking to, they don't have to, that person don't have to text them multiple times to get a response. It's just you. So just let it go, girl. Someone said, do I want to read this one? That one's kind of long. Someone said, what would you do when you desperately want a friend group to be in bad, but you are bad at socializing? I would say, girl, you just have to get out of that. Like, you can't say you're shy, you're an introvert, and you don't want to talk to anybody, but you're not trying to put yourself out there. Like if you want a friend group and you want to meet people, you have to kind of go outside your comfort zone and put yourself out there. And even if you're not a friendly person, or if you're one of those people that speak when spoken to, but you don't go out your way to speak to people, and you want to be in a friend group, like those two things don't go together. You have to come out of your comfort zone and start speaking to people and going out to events. Like that's another thing. You're not gonna find somebody if you in the house all the time. Like if you want to meet other girls and have a friend group, you have to put yourself out there. You have to be friendly. Compliment people. That's how I made friends when I first moved to Texas. Or I would say that's somewhat how I met people and got associates, by just being friendly. Like I would be at the bar and I'll be like, hey girl, like I like your shirt, I like your jacket. Y'all, her jacket can be ugly, shirt ugly, not cute, but I'm trying to make friends, so I'm just giving people compliments. Like you never know what's gonna come from a conversation. So I would personally say just put yourself out there and start speaking to people, and just you have to try. Like no one's gonna come talk to someone that looks unfriendly and that's an introvert. Try to put yourself out there. What do we have next? This one's a little deep. I don't know if I want to go there. Someone said, what would you do if your siblings send you a cease and desist letter to stop posting your mom after she passed? This is my real life. Personally, is this like a real, like an attorney is sending this cease and desist? Like who's sending this? Because anybody can send that. And are you personally doing something wrong? Like one, I need more information. One, why are they sending this? And two, what are you posting about your mom? Like, are you posting things to ruin her character, or are you posting like RIP mom? Like, what are you posting? I don't want to really speak on it until you give me more information, because that just seems like a lie. And then also, you said it's your siblings. Like, what's your relationship with your siblings? Why don't they? I don't know. I just need more information when it comes Someone said, hey Asia, what would you do if you cut your only friends off because you no longer felt compatible with them anymore? Like, it was fun in your early 20s to party day and night without a care in the world, but now you crave something different and you started taking your future more seriously. Fast forward to a year later, you start to feel like you're missing out on life / slightly lonely because all you do is go to school and work and never take the time out to enjoy being young. A couple of old friends from my past have reached out to me. However, I'm not sure if I want to go back to a place where I felt out of place. Then again, I'm still young and I want to actually enjoy my life. What would you do? Personally, I've kind of been feeling like that lately. Y'all know when I first moved to Texas like a year ago, I was in my party girl era, like wanting to go out all the time. And that was just me. That was the type of time I was on. But now, like in the past few months, y'all, I have really been in my planning for my future era, wanting to save money, wanting to be in the house type of era. Like if it has to do with my business, then of course I would go out and have fun because I feel like it's an investment. But when it has to do just pointlessly going out and getting a section on the weekend, like turning up bottles, like that's not really where I'm at anymore. Like that's not my mojo. That's not what I want to do anymore because I don't want to spend unnecessary money. Like I want to save for the future. Like I feel like the more I work now, I'm setting myself up better for my future. And a lot of my friends currently, they're not on that. Like I'm always getting invited to go out to happy hour and sections, and you know, those things are fun, but I feel like we don't have anything in common anymore because that's just not where I'm at in my life. So I feel like that's personally a normal thing. Like I feel like we're all going to go through stages where we just feel like certain people are not for us in our life anymore. But that doesn't mean you have to like cut the person off. Like you can still be friends with somebody that's just in a different era of their life. I would go out with them. Like if you want to go out and you bored and you feel like you wasting your 20s, girl, go out, because that's the worst thing that you can do is regret your life. Like you don't want to be in your 40s and be like, dang, like I really want to go out but I don't have any friends, or I wish I would have done this when I was in my 20s. Like you don't want to live a life that you regret. So I personally would say do what you feel like doing. Like it doesn't matter, at a year ago you could have felt like you didn't want to party and now you in your party mojo. Like now you back outside, now you got motion. Like live your life, hit them back up and go outside. Like you don't want to live your life in regret or regret this. I don't know. I feel like you'll probably regret this 5 years or 10 years from now. So go out, girl, have fun. It's really not that deep. And you can always make new friends if you felt like those friends want your friends. You can make new friends and go out with. Like I've never been one of those people saying like, y'all know that song by Drake, people be like, oh, no more new friends, no more new friends, I'm hanging with this. No, I'm all about new connections, new friends. Like I'm open to anything. Like don't put yourself in a box. I'm gonna answer one more because this video getting kind of long, but I did get a few of them. Let's try to pick a good one. Someone says you're in your mid-20s and everyone around you is either married / have a baby, but you're single. Should you feel worried? Girl, not at all. I feel like a lot of us are going to go through this. Like it may look like everyone is getting married and everyone is having kids, and that might seem all like happy and roses, but if that's not where you at in your life, it's okay. Like embrace that. Like I'm currently in a relationship, but like I told y'all, this is a new relationship. A few months ago I was single and a lot of my friends were in relationships. Another one of my friends, well, two of my friends just recently got proposed to, but that doesn't make me feel any type of way because you know that's her time. It was her time to be married. It was her time to be getting a new job. That was their season. It was their time to have kids. What's for someone else is not for me. Just because everyone around you is having fun, and it may look like, you know, it may look like all glamorous and it may look like what it is, but it's not really that. Like I'm gonna tell y'all this blogger I was just watching on TikTok, I cannot remember her name, but basically she was like in her 20s and she was dating this older man, and this man was whining and dining her. He was taking her shopping all the time. He was, you know, buying her things, you know. She just was living this lavish lifestyle, y'all. And fast forward, y'all probably know who I'm talking about. Comment her TikTok down below for context, y'all. But fast forward, she got pregnant a few months, not even like, it wasn't even a long time, y'all. It was less than a year. All of this happened. Like, a few months later, the girl got pregnant. The man ends up leaving her, And a lot of people on those old videos were saying, oh my gosh, must be nice, like you're living my dream, like God, what about me? Like y'all was asking for all of this, not knowing that that wasn't God's doing, that wasn't God's timing. So you may look at somebody else's life and be like, oh, she looks happy, she's having a baby, but you don't know what's going on around closed doors. Like I would prefer God to give it to me in his time, in his genuine, and I'm gonna be happy, rather than me wanting it on my time and I end up choosing the wrong partner, the wrong spouse, and I'm having a baby with someone that does not love me. Like, you know what I mean? It's gonna get hard, and I feel like we all have these feelings about, like, you know, envious of other people's life, but it's a normal feeling. I have those feelings sometimes, but at the end of the day, I have to remind myself it's not for me. When it's for me, it's going to happen on time. Like, you don't have to feel bad about it, girl. But yeah, I think that's the last one I'm gonna answer. Well, let me see if I can do one more. I moved out of my own to a new city, kind of far from my friends, and we're not hanging out as much anymore. How do I get myself out there and make new friends in a totally new environment? I personally would say, I don't know what city you're in, but I know when I first moved to Texas, they had a Houston Girls link up. I'm sure they have that in your city, or even if they don't have any like Facebook groups, they have Bumble for friends, Bumble for girlfriends. Like you don't have to always be on dating apps for a man. You could be on a dating apps to meet a friend. So again, like I told the previous girl, put yourself out there. Like if you want to make new friends, you're gonna have to put yourself out there, even if you have to go to a lounge, or I don't know, the library or the movies. Go somewhere by yourself and just be extra bubbly and be extra friendly. Start complimenting people, and or I don't even know, y'all, bump into somebody and then compliment her, and then that could be your friend. Like I remember one time, this was just actually recently, I think when I don't know where I was going. I think it was like when I was going to Florida, like maybe last month when I went to Florida. I was in the airport, y'all, and it was this girl in there, and she was asking me questions about like what flight I was on, because I felt like I was about to miss my flight. And then she was like, oh no girl, we on the same flight, like you're not gonna miss your flight. And I told her I was walking to Starbucks, and she was like, oh, I'm walking to Starbucks too. So she saw me on my app trying to order my Starbucks drink, and for some reason it wouldn't take my payment, and she was like, oh, I'm going to Starbucks as well, I already put my order, I can just add it to your order. And I'm just like, are you sure? Like, I don't want you to say I owe you money. Like, are you sure you want to add that on there? She's like, yeah, girl, it's fine. I'll just go ahead and, you know, I'll add it on there. And then after that, y'all, she paid for my coffee. We had a little conversation, and boom, like I was on my way to my terminal, she was on her way to her terminal. I personally was not in the space to have any, I didn't have the mental capacity to have any new friends at that time, but that would have been a perfect opportunity for me to be like, hey girl, take my Instagram or take my number, so if you're ever in the city again, like, you know, we can link up. But that wasn't my time, y'all, but that is an easy way that you can just make a new friend. I would just say be open and just be extra friendly. Like that's how you make new friends. I do want to do these every like 2 weeks if I get enough submissions. So if y'all would like to submit one for my next What Would Asia Do, make sure y'all go ahead and email me at asiabrown2063@gmail.com, or y'all can post it on my community tab. I plan on doing these every week or so. But yeah, I love y'all. See y'all in my next video. Bye.